I know. Uh, I'm pretty terrible. I know I said I needed to start making videos more, and I really was gonna try and push myself to do that, and yet here we are, middle of April, and I still haven't really put out a video since last time. So, um, yeah, I really don't have any good excuses. Honestly, I could say things like maybe I was busy with college. We actually have some big news and a big trip coming up. We're going to share with you all, and it's just been a long time prepping for that. And until recently, California was kind of drowning in excess water from all the rain that we were getting, which made filming kind of hard. But reality is I'm just pretty lazy and terrible at making videos still. So, but tonight, hey, it's a really nice day out, and the sun was shining, so I wanted to take advantage of that. And one of the projects I kind of had was getting the Jeep ready for this trip that we're taking, and to kind of challenge myself, get back into working on my vehicle more and spending less time taking it to different dealerships or to different mechanics and getting work done on it. I just decided to do this simple little maintenance myself. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace the engine air filter and the cabin air filter. And we're also going to upgrade them from the normal cheap paper filters to some rewashable and reusable ones that'll hopefully improve some airflow and just make it a little bit better. So again, I apologize. I hope to have some good content out then here later. But until then, enjoy the video. So this is actually an easy process, replacing both your engine filter and your cabin air filter. Most of these are pretty easy to access, and the parts are really easy to obtain online or even at your local parts store. So for most engine intake filters, they're right on top there, so you just kind of open up the hood. I picked this K&N Lifetime Air Filter Performance. Again, these are washable and replaceable, and this is actually the one that has oil in it. So all I would do is spray it out, re-add the oil, and then place it back. So once I had the hood open, all I have to do is I have to remove these 4 semi-captive screws, as well as a hose clamp right there at the beginning of the box that kind of leads to my engine air intake. Now, although these screws are captive, it did take me a little bit to try and work them out enough to where I could actually pull the top of the air filter box off of the full assembly and then reach the filter itself. And the reason why I kind of push for these so often is because the recent quote I received from a shop, they wanted to charge me about $75, and that was just for a $20 part, and the rest would have been in labor. Whereas with this upgraded filter, I was able to get this kit for $56 roughly, and it's even a much better quality filter. So it just goes to show why learning these simple tasks can save you a lot of money in the long run. So pulling this filter out, you can see it's definitely got a lot of dust and dirt, some bugs, leaves, things like that. That it's meant to protect that from going into your engine, so it was good. After removing it, I decided to take my little shop vac and go ahead and vacuum out the air filter box. So that way when I start the engine back up, I'm not pulling any dust and debris from the box into the brand new filter. With that done, I just slide in the brand new filter. You can already see it's a little much better quality than the previous paper filter I had. It fits right in with the shape of the box itself, and then from there, I just push the top of the air filter assembly back into the hose, and then try and line it up as best I can with those same screw holes, making sure that the vacuum hose is nice and snug on the top of the assembly box.
After tightening down all the screws, I went ahead and decided to just clean the top of this box, because what's really neat about these filters that are washable and reusable is they come with a little sticker that you can put on the very top of your box there to remind the technicians when you take your vehicle in for service not to throw away or toss that filter, because it is in fact reusable and not just an old plain paper filter. Now that the engine intake filter is done, I'm going to go ahead and close up the hood here before I make my way inside the Jeep so I can work on the cabin air filter. I also picked up another K&N performance filter. Now this process on the Jeep is actually pretty simple. There's just a little plastic clip that you have to lift up on the retaining bar, fold it down, and then you can remove the glove box. And from there you have pretty easy access to your cabin air filter. You can kind of see as I get in there and I pull this old paper filter out, just how dirty and gross it is. And honestly, I'm wondering if they forgot to do this the last time I took it in, because there was quite a bit of soot and dust for an internal cabin filter, and I haven't done much off-roading since the last time I had it done. So taking a look, this K&N portion comes in 2 pieces rather than 1. So I just kind of slide in the first piece and push it all the way to the far right. And then from there, I can take the second one and slide it in right next to it. Once both sides of the filter are back in place, I just slide the little door clip back into place, clip it in, and then I'm ready to reassemble the glove box. Of course, don't forget again to add that stop and do not discard sticker, since once again those cabin air filters are also reusable. And very similar to the engine air intake filter, I was quoted a total of a $29 part that they were going to charge me $46.99 for the part and $21 for labor. When instead, for these reusable filters, I could pay $70 and they'll be good for many uses to come.
Okay, so as you saw, that didn't take hardly any time at all, and there wasn't really anything more difficult than removing a couple of plastic panels, a couple of screws, and pulling off some covers, and then of course sliding in the brand new filters. And it's this kind of maintenance that I'm always kind of trying to push my friends and my family to try and look into and do yourself, because there's tons of tutorials that you can find online, on YouTube especially, of people that have done this, even professional companies that have even put up little tutorial videos on how to do it. And you can find yourself saving a lot of money. When I took the Jeep in last time and they recommended I take the equipment, get the engine filter replaced and the cabin air filter replaced, it was going to come out to a couple $100 just for that maintenance alone. And I noticed when I looked up the parts, even the parts they charged me were going to be double the price of what I could have bought them for online. So by buying the upgrade, I was still saving myself some money. And then of course, doing the work yourself, you save labor costs and any kind of costs that they might have for disposing of the old equipment. And of course, you get this great upgrade for much cheaper than what it would have been for me to take it to these mechanics. So again, I appreciate you coming by and watching my videos. I'm sorry I haven't put anything up. I'm still working on a overview of my Jeep. We're getting ready to do a couple of other videos as well, as far as a few upgrades that I have planned for it, and then that big trip that we've got coming up and we're pretty excited to tell you about. So thank you again for stopping by and watching my video. And until next time, enjoy the trails.